I went from being a footballer who really couldn't play football. I couldn't dribble, I could barely pass, I could barely shoot, to someone who was playing at a really good level of amateur football within 1 or 2 years. I know that many of you wonder if it's possible to reach a decent level or a high level of football without having been a part of an academy or without having played at a high level in the past. I believe, because I have done it, that it is possible to improve your technique dramatically with consistent and smart work. I did not play a competitive football match until the age of 16. That's when I first played 11-a-side, and I played as a goalkeeper. I spent the next 4 or 5 years playing football as a goalkeeper, playing in amateur leagues in London, as well as playing for some of my university teams down in Exeter. At the age of 21, I felt quite frustrated with the goalkeeping position, and I didn't feel like I was able to progress that far given my height. And I became tired of being reactive, of having to respond to other people taking a shot and making a save, rather than being able to go out onto the pitch and express yourself with the ball. The first season I played outfield, I played in an amateur league in London, and honestly, I was awful at football.
Oh my god.
You're actually dead, I'm not even joking.
I was so poor. I couldn't dribble. I could pass about 10-15 yards with good quality on my right foot. I couldn't pass on my left foot. I could barely shoot. I could barely kick the ball long. I was a bit of a liability to the team, to be completely honest. I spent that season playing in various positions, mainly out wide, whether it was right back, left mid, right mid, just to get me away from situations where I would have to receive the ball under pressure, because that's something that I could not do. But that didn't stop me from loving the game. You know, I was working at a bank at the time, and I came home at 6 p.m. every day and played football by myself. I got some cones out and did some dribbling. I passed against the wall, practiced my turning and my first touch, and just slowly got better and better at the basics. At the age of 22, when I went back to university for my final year, I was able to join a team which was 2 divisions away from semi-professional football in the UK. I played at a good level of amateur football with a team called Newton St Sires, and we came second in the league that season. Having really developed my technique and my fitness level through consistent and constant practice, I was able to play central midfield for that team. This was the first time in my entire life that I had been a part of an 11-a-side team as an outfield player and managed to actually contribute to the success of the team. The environment at that club and the team itself were like a family. They really encouraged me and they really supported me to trust myself and to build confidence within myself as a player, and believe that I could help the team and believe that I could have a positive impact. So as a brief recap, I went from being a footballer who really couldn't play football. I couldn't dribble, I could barely pass, I could barely shoot, to someone who was playing at a really good level of amateur football within 1 or 2 years. Now, the way that I did this was, yes, of course, there was the element of hard work, but because I'd been coaching since the age of 16, I was very aware of which techniques I needed to develop and which fundamentals I really needed to work on. A lot of technical training, I believe, can be done on an individual level. It can be done with you, a football and some cones or a wall or some kind of rebounder. When it comes to putting those skills into practice and becoming a really confident footballer in competitive situations, I would really encourage you guys to try and find as many ways to play against people as possible. Whether it's 1v1s, 2v2s, just with your friends, whether it's 5-a-side matches, whether it's 11-a-side matches, just ways that you can expose yourself to a competitive environment, playing up against players who want to be better than you. With my journey in mind, I believe that anyone can develop their technical ability and reach a level of footballing success that they desire. On this channel, I will share how I reached my current level of technical ability, as well as how I will progress further and hopefully play in divisions much higher than where I'm at now. That's it for today's video. I just wanted to give you a quick insight into how I arrived at this point. Our team have a match on Sunday at 4 p.m. and I'll do further reflections on that match at the beginning of next week. If there's anything else that you guys would like to hear about, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you.